Did you know some everyday habits that seem totally harmless might actually be draining your energy, clouding your clarity, and quietly speeding up the aging process after 60? Here's the truth. Many routines that once made us feel productive, safe, or in control are now slowing us down. They chip away at our memory, our motivation, and that quiet confidence we once had. But no one ever tells you this. And by the time we notice it, we're already paying the price, with aching backs, mental fog, and missed appointments we can't explain. But here's the thing, you're not alone. If your body feels stiffer than it used to, if every day feels like a slow repeat of the last, if it feels like something is quietly slipping through your fingers, then this video is for you. Today we're diving into 6 small habits that may be aging you faster after 60, and simple, gentle ways to regain your energy, mental sharpness, and most importantly, your confidence. This isn't about cliches or out-of-touch advice. These are real patterns we see again and again, especially among older adults who don't even realize it's happening. But once you see it, and make even a small shift, you'll start to feel more like you again, because you deserve to live with clarity, strength, and a sense of purpose. No matter your age, stick around until the end of this video. You might be surprised by how many of these habits sound familiar, and how easy it can be to start turning things around. If this topic resonates with you, don't forget to hit subscribe and tap the notification bell. Your support means the world, and helps us keep creating content that heals, helps, and inspires, just for you. Let's begin. Number 1. Stopping muscle movement out of fear of falling. One of the most common mistakes people make after 60 is believing that resting more means staying safe. It sounds reasonable, right? Your knees start to ache, your balance isn't what it used to be, and even thinking about lifting something heavy like a plant pot or a water jug feels exhausting. So many people start to move less. They sit more, avoid lifting things, take fewer steps, thinking they're protecting themselves. But here's the truth. Avoiding movement is actually the fastest way to lose your independence. Because muscles don't just give you strength. They help you get back up if you trip, walk without needing a hand, and live life on your own terms. After 60, muscle loss, what doctors call sarcopenia, starts to accelerate. Without regular use, you can lose 3 to 5% of your muscle mass each decade, making simple things like standing up, walking, or balancing feel harder than ever. But here's the good news. You don't need to lift heavy weights. You don't need a gym membership. Just a few minutes a day doing simple movements, standing up and sitting down with control, lifting a can of soup, or balancing on one foot next to your kitchen counter. That alone can keep your legs strong and your mind sharp. Take John, 72. After slipping in the bathroom, he became terrified of moving, even afraid to get out of bed. But when he started physical therapy, he realized something powerful. It wasn't the fall that made him weak. It was the fear of moving that weakened his body even more. After just 2 months of light exercises, his legs felt steadier, but more importantly, his confidence came back. Because strength isn't just about muscles. It's about dignity. It's about being able to get out of bed, go for a walk, carry your tea, hold your grandchild, without needing to ask for help. Muscle loss doesn't scream at you. It sneaks in quietly. You notice it when you need both hands to push off a chair. A short staircase leaves you winded. You start avoiding going out, because you're not sure if you'll be steady enough. But when you catch it early, you can reverse it. All it takes is one small move, one step, one solid stand. Start today. Number 2. Eating like you're still 40. A lot of people over 60 still eat the same way they did in their 40s. 3 big meals a day. Plenty of red meat, fried foods, carbs, sugary drinks. As if their bodies were still in their prime. And honestly, there's comfort in that. A big, hearty meal feels familiar, like holding on to old routines and the joy that used to come with them. But here's the thing. Your body doesn't burn fuel the way it used to. Metabolism slows down. Digestion gets weaker. And your nutritional needs shift. Quietly, subtly, and often unnoticed. but out of habit or taste, or that old belief that you need to eat to stay strong. Many people keep overeating, not because they're hungry, but simply because they always have. The consequences aren't instant, but slowly you might notice. You feel sluggish after lunch. You have trouble sleeping at night. You're gaining weight without eating more. And sometimes you just feel more irritable, and you don't even know why. The truth is, after 60, every bite matters a little more. You don't need as much food, but your body craves more of what truly nourishes it. Things that are light, healing, and easy to digest. Leafy greens, fish, fresh, juicy fruits, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. And instead of 3 heavy meals, try smaller, lighter ones throughout the day. So you don't crash after eating, you don't feel bloated, and you don't lose your afternoon energy. Take Maria, age 65. She stuck to her usual 3 big meals a day until she started noticing constant bloating, clothes fitting tighter, and by late afternoon, she just wanted to lie down. After a checkup, her doctor suggested something simple: smaller portions, more veggies, more water, and paying attention to when she actually felt full. Within a month, Maria felt lighter, she slept better, and her mood noticeably brighter. This isn't dieting, it's smart adjusting. Just like you wouldn't wear the same shoes you wore in your 30s, you don't need to eat the same way in your 60s. Start with a lighter breakfast, a cooling, clean lunch, and a dinner that lets you sleep peacefully without waking up at 2 a.m. When you eat based on what your body needs now, not what it used to crave, you'll feel more energized, and every day will feel just a little bit easier. If you're still watching this video and finding these valuable insights, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Number 3. Pulling away from social connection. After 60, isolation doesn't always arrive with a big, dramatic moment. Sometimes, it creeps in quietly, in those canceled plans, those mornings you don't feel like stepping outside, and those quiet afternoons when you tell yourself, it's peaceful at home, it's fine, and you're not wrong. Staying home can feel safe, comfortable, low pressure. But if every day starts to feel too peaceful, it slowly turns into something else. Loneliness. You might begin to feel like you don't have much to say, like no one's really listening. Or maybe, deep down, you just don't want to bother anyone anymore. So you start to withdraw, quietly, gently, and you convince yourself, this is enough. But here's the truth. Lack of connection doesn't just make you sad. It makes you weaker. Loneliness increases your risk of depression, memory loss, and heart disease. On the flip side, a short chat with a friend, a surprise phone call, even a smile from a stranger at the park, can do wonders for your heart and your mind. Take Rose, 70. After her husband passed, she stopped seeing friends. Her days all started to blend together. Her memory faded. Her energy dipped. Then one day, her daughter invited her to a gentle yoga class for seniors. And what changed her life wasn't the stretching. It was the people, new friends, little conversations, shared laughter, and the simple, beautiful feeling of being seen. You don't need to join a big social club. Start small. Call an old friend once a week. Take a walk with your neighbor. Join an online hobby group. Or just chat with a kind stranger on your next park stroll. That little bit of connection, it's emotional vitamin C for your soul. And remember, you don't need to get back to how things used to be. You just need to come back to someone. And that alone can make the whole day feel a little warmer. Number 4. Ignoring the small health symptoms. One of the most dangerous habits after 60 is brushing off little signs, thinking, it's probably just part of getting older. You feel tired. You blame it on a bad night's sleep. You get dizzy for a second. You tell yourself it's just from standing up too fast. You forget where you left your glasses, feel tingling in your fingertips, or notice your heart suddenly racing, and you think, it'll pass. You don't want to worry your kids. You don't want to visit the doctor just to hear, "It's nothing serious." Or maybe you've just gotten used to powering through things. But here's the truth. Your body isn't the same as it used to be. And the older we get, the more sensitive it becomes, quietly signaling us with subtle little whispers. Did you know? An unusual ache in your shoulder could be an early sign of heart trouble? A brief moment of confusion might point to a neurological issue. Mild swelling around your ankles can be your circulatory system sounding the alarm. Catching these signs early isn't being dramatic. It's an act of love toward yourself. Take Peter, age 68. He always prided himself on being tough, didn't want to bother anyone, refused to see a doctor unless it was serious. But then his vision started to blur just a little. His feet tingled in the mornings. His daughter insisted he get checked. The diagnosis? Early-stage diabetes. The doctor told him, if he had waited just a few more months, nerve and eye damage could have already begun. You know your body better than anyone. If something feels off, trust your gut. Getting checked early doesn't make you weak. It just means you care about yourself enough to not wait until it's too late. One quick checkup could save you from a long treatment plan, reduce the number of meds you'll need, and most importantly, preserve the quality of your life so you can keep doing the things you love. If you're still watching this video and finding these valuable insights, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Number 5. Relying solely on memory. After 60, a lot of people still take pride in saying, "I've got a great memory. I don't need to write anything down." And truth is, you probably used to remember everything. Appointments, relatives' names, phone numbers, every grandkid's birthday. But over time, short-term memory naturally starts to decline. Not because you're getting weaker, but because, like your muscles, your brain needs a little backup too. Here's the issue. Forgetting a lunch date? That's no big deal, you apologize, you reschedule. But forgetting whether you took your medication, or mixing up dosages, that can be dangerous. Still, so many older adults try to power through, remembering to buy milk, to call the doctor, to take the morning meds, the evening meds, to refill the prescription, and quietly it becomes overwhelming, stressful, exhausting, even anxiety-inducing. But the solution is simpler than you think. A sticky note on the table, a wall calendar with clear markings, a weekly pill organizer. And if you've got a smartphone, don't be shy. Set alarms for your meds, bedtime, or a quick call to an old friend. Writing things down isn't a sign of decline. It's a sign that you take care of yourself. Take Noah, 63. He used to miss appointments, take his meds late, and started feeling like he was losing himself. But instead of feeling ashamed, he made a shift. He grabbed a small notebook to jot down his medication times and daily tasks. He added 3 reminder alarms to his phone. Within a week, his mind felt lighter, less scattered, and most importantly, he felt back in control of his day. Here's the thing. Nobody's handing out medals for best memory. But the habit of writing things down, that's what keeps you safe, independent, and at ease, day after day. You're not writing it down because you're forgetting. You're writing it down because you're smart enough to not make your brain do all the work alone. Number 6. Completely rejecting technology. One of the most common but quiet limitations among older adults is refusing to use any kind of technology. Why? Because it feels complicated, because past attempts were frustrating, or simply because I've lived this long without it. Why start now? And honestly, that sounds reasonable. You don't need to master iPads, TikTok, or fancy new apps. But when you shut the door completely on technology, you also shut the door on a piece of your independence. Here's the truth. The more you avoid it, the more you start to rely on others. Relying on your kids to send a text, on someone else to remind you about a doctor's appointment, check a prescription, or set your medication alarm. Technology isn't a luxury. Sometimes it's just A simple text to your loved one. A phone reminder to take your meds. A digital calendar with your checkup date. Or a quick video call with your grandchild across the country. Take Emma, 69. She used to call her daughter every time she needed to check a prescription. Then one afternoon, her grandson sat with her and showed her how to use the reminder app on her phone. At first, she was a little overwhelmed. But within weeks, not only did she get the hang of it, she felt more independent than ever. No more waiting, no more asking. Just one simple tap, and she could say, "I've got this." You don't need to become a tech expert. All you need is a little curiosity, someone patient to guide you, and a belief that yes, you can still learn something new at any age. Because sometimes all it takes is pressing one button to reconnect with the world around you and with yourself. After 60, the rules of life quietly change, but no one hands you a new instruction manual. So it's completely understandable why so many people stick to habits that seem safe, staying still, eating the same way, trying to remember everything without help, avoiding technology, brushing off strange aches and pains. But the truth is, it's often these familiar habits that slowly chip away at your health, your independence, and your joy for life. Here's the good news. You don't need to change everything overnight. All it takes is one small step today. Standing up and sitting down a few times each morning. Writing down your med schedule. Calling an old friend. Learning to use a simple reminder app on your phone. These small things, done consistently, can rebuild a life that's stronger, more intentional, and filled with dignity. 60 is not the end. It's the start of something deeper. You move slower but with more meaning. Less rush but more awareness. No need to prove anything to anyone. Just a chance to come home to yourself. If you learned even one thing today, drop it in the comments. And let us know, what small change will you begin with? We'd love to hear your story. Because who knows? Your small story might become a big inspiration for someone who truly needs it. And if this video brought you something positive, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about, so we can keep creating more meaningful, healing, and uplifting content. For amazing older adults just like you, you are not alone on this journey. We're here, with you, always.